What's up, everyone? Welcome to Power Play with CJ. To focus in on fan/friend of the show, Garrett Noonan, signed with the Nashville Predators. He's wrapped up 4 years at BU, and the last year wasn't what he wanted. But God bless him, he stayed the course. He a lot of guys from his class to jump ship, and signed professional contracts, and he had a couple opportunities to do just that, and chose to stay. And I think his legacy at BU. And that's not a knock on any of those. I'm just saying, he stayed, and there's something to be said for that in terms of his character and how his development was still pretty good this year. His productivity and his output, despite playing on a BU team that struggled with injuries, inconsistencies, new coaching staff. Pretty much it was kind of like Murphy's Law this year with the BU Terriers. And Garrett had his usual strong play on both sides of the puck, and was you can really see why Nashville was going after him. Why he was a high pick. Not a high. It was a fourth round pick, and after being passed over in 2 drafts, and someone that's watched Garrett's development from his time at Catholic Memorial High School to then he played for the Verna Vipers, and then the past 4 years at Boston University, getting to watch him play in person a number of times and watching his game really come around. I mean 2 years ago he had 16 goals and led all NCAA defensemen, and really just broke out in a huge way. And this year the talent level wasn't what it had been in recent years, but again, he was out there every shift. This was career low in penalty minutes by a long shot too. So the discipline was coming around, being able to play on the edge, but play a disciplined style that doesn't put your team at a disadvantage. Was good, and it was rewarding to see from the former Super 8 champion at Catholic Memorial. Now, I think AHL season is in line. I'm curious to see what Phil Housley thinks of him, because Phil Housley, like Garrett, both once in a while tune into the power play with CJ, and they both know who I am. Garrett a little bit more so than Mr. Housley. That's not a bad thing. That's probably a good thing for the former Buffalo Sabre and Winnipeg Jet. But I think having the two of them, I'd love to see if Housley tutelage gives Garrett pointers and helps him round out his game a little bit more, because that'd be pretty sweet. It's a pretty good person to get advice from in terms of being an effective professional defenseman. But that's neither here nor there. I'm really happy for Garrett. I know he's supposed to be objective and all that, but I remember when I first started doing the power play 3 years ago, my freshman year of college. It was like this. Not much has changed, but all my friends really liked it. And Garrett sent me a Facebook message like, "CJ, I love the power play. All the boys love it. All the guys at BU." So I was like, "Oh, great." And then Adam Clendenning, Matt Nieto, guys like that. One of them's in the NHL, the other one's not that far off. We're like, dude, this stuff's awesome. And they're all good guys, all get to meet them and everything. And it's just been an awesome experience. And I don't know if the power play would be here without that kind of like feedback right away of like guys in higher places in the hockey pecking order than I am, ever will be, saying like, this stuff's pretty good, dude. And just that kind of positive reinforcement was awesome. And I won't forget that. Once you're in the not the inner circle, but the power play circle, it's pretty good. And I owe Garrett some free food now that he's out of the NCAA. I can sneak him free food when I'm working in Southie, like I have with his brother over the summer. Coleman always goes to those free shakes at Tasty Burger. Don't tell anyone. Anyway, that's all I got this episode of the Power Play with CJ. Best of luck, Garrett. Hopefully we'll see you in the show soon. Stay tuned for episode throughout the playoffs and beyond. Later, guys.